Hello, my name is Olivia Bova. I'm a psychologist and counselor socio-emotional. With my creative talk, I would like to share with you the amazing life and ideas of people around the world because each person is unique and special. Hello, good morning. Today we are with Lise. Good morning, Lise. How are you?
Hi, Olivia. I'm very good. It's very nice to be with you today.
Yeah, thank you so much to be here. Lise, can you introduce yourself and say who you are and maybe where you are now? And yeah, we would like to know a little bit more about your project, your amazing project, and other probably.
Okay. So I'm Lise Leboeuf. I'm French. We know each other with Olivia because I founded Les Kidz, French American daycare and preschool. It's a family home-based daycare. We got 2 locations and we are in San Francisco, and we know each other because we met at the French International School in San Francisco. And I was working there for a year before to found my own structure, own preschool.
Why you had this idea to create your own school? What was your idea? Where does it come from? Because you were working in a French American international school, and how was this? Because I like to know how people, the idea come from little by little, from the previous experience, and one day finally we are ready to create.
Yeah. So actually, my background is I was working in the cinema industry in France. I was mainly first assistant director on feature film. I did myself some documentaries and short film. And so I did that for around 10 years. And I moved to New Zealand for family reason. It was awesome. I did a documentary in New Zealand, so I knew this
Really?
place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What was the topics? Sorry. I see
it was about women and the ocean, the seas. So I did some interview. I met a lot of women who are working like a park ranger in the ocean. I didn't remember, but I met so much. And all were connected with the ocean because there, you are surrounded. So everybody, they say there, I think everybody is living like 22 kilometers from the water. So everybody knows how to swim there. Wow. Every kid know how to swim there. Everybody is going to the swimming pool to, they push the kids under the water and it's, yeah. So and when I went to New Zealand to live there, I study the code and how to do website and all that stuff, because I was following the money in France were not so much into the movies, traditional movies, but they were putting a lot of money in web documentaries. It was the beginning of that. So when I went to New Zealand, I did a web documentary about those women. And I started to work a little bit as a UI UX designer. And I got a young kid, and I discovered the world of the childhood, and I discovered those kids, those little preschool. with I think my son was something like he arrived at 1 and I left he was 4. And so I really discover this world of preschool, and there, every kids are
Did you like
barefoot.
it? Did you like it?
It was,
The
yeah, it was
preschool
awesome. It
there?
was really, it's like families, I really love this mix between Maori culture and
Mhm.
English culture, and they really live together.
Okay.
They really, every kids are learning Maori language
Oh wow.
and the Aka that
I love
about.
Ak.
So it was so fun to see, the little kids learning Aka, because it's really, we know it, but in the rugby
Mm-hmm.
with all the blacks and everything. But there's a lot of Aka, and everything is meaningful, and it's come from the history of the Maori. And there is really a kind of mix of the two culture. And for example, people there, white people, I mean, Kiwi, um, learn that they have to take care of the land, because this is the land who give you the life, the food,
Yeah.
the water, everything, and shelter, and blah blah blah. And so everybody have to. I mean, they don't. It's not an obligation, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But you have this in the culture when uh, uh, you born there, that you have to choose like a mountain and a river, and you have in your mind to protect it.
Mm-hmm.
So they are really, really connected with the nature. And I grew up in a little village in France, and I learned to enjoy the outside, to respect the wildlife. So it was really a place that I was comfortable. And when I arrived there, I said, "Wow, you can live this way. It exists somewhere. This is awesome." It was 10 years ago, so I don't know now
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
things are going there. Okay, but it was, to me, it was a kind of right balance
Mm-hmm.
between our crazy human activity
Yeah.
and the understanding of where we come from and what we need to live,
Mm-hmm.
like basic things like water,
Yeah.
and
Right.
the diversity of the other species, because the little tiny insect is important because it feeds the
Yeah. Of course.
birds, and we need the birds to blah blah blah, and the bees, and
Mm-mm-mm.
so after that I arrived in San Francisco, and um, I was working. So I was in this computer
Yeah.
thing, because
Word. Wow.
I
Yeah.
was a
San Francisco.
website and everything. And when I arrived in San Francisco, it was the perfect place to
Oh
work
yeah.
there.
Of
I
course.
didn't come for this, but the things do that. I came here, and 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 to me, it was not. I mean, staying behind a computer all day, always looking for updates, what's going on, because everything is moving like not every minute, but quite. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to perform in this industry, you have to stay in front of your computer like night and day. It's like
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
your
Always.
brain is
Yeah.
being,
Mhm.
and it so I lose this balance that I got between doing computer stuff, being in the nature. It was like too much. And I said, no,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that anymore. It's not me. I don't know what I'm doing. It's, what is it for? What is
Yeah.
that? What is the meaning of this?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
I just, okay. To me, the life world is much more than that. It's much more complex. So
Yeah.
I find like they were looking for someone as a French American, and
Mm-hmm.
I had got when I was in New Zealand, I worked a little bit in different preschool and everything. So I knew. I mean, I grew up with cousin, sister, and
Yeah.
it was
Uh-huh.
uh, childhood is kind of natural things to me. It's like, okay, I'm like them actually. I remind me when I'm with kids. It remind me when I was kids. It remind me everything. I don't know if it's the same for everybody, but it remind me, yeah, all my childhood actually. So yeah, okay, it's easy, to work with
Mm-hmm.
kids. I mean, it was it was so
Easy.
natural,
No, no,
and I
yeah.
and I'm so I work as a French American. It was great. I was with the kids on the um uh I mean, to 6 years old, and
Yeah, you
and
you you were in preschool, right?
yes,
Yeah. No.
I think they were like 3 to 6,
Yeah,
and
yeah, they don't
yeah,
mix the age, but because it's
they don't mix. Yes,
yeah,
yeah,
because it's a
yeah, yeah.
French
But I
curriculum.
substitute in
But
different classes.
okay,
So
yeah,
during the years, I did all the classes. So I
oh,
work with the 3, with the 6, with the
that's nice.
5, with everybody. And but it was, I mean, life is really crazy in San Francisco,
Yeah.
really expensive. You
Oh
have to
yeah.
pay like amazing rent. And I knew about those little family daycare.
Mm.
And I started to dive into, oh, okay, maybe this is a solution to
Mhm.
survive there. And yeah, it was really a kind of, okay, why not doing that? And all the teachers around me told me, yeah, you should do it, it's a good idea, yeah, do it.
Mhm.
So I did it. And it was also a way to have a visa to stay in US.
Yeah, to
So, and I
stay.
would like to stay a little bit in San Francisco, because I think, I mean, to me, this is, okay, totally different than New Zealand. We can't compare, but it's really surrounded by nature,
Mm.
and it's really diverse.
Yes.
I mean, you can be whoever you want. I don't know now, but because I'm not there, but I think
I,
still.
I think
Uh,
still, yeah. I think still.
and and I'm not there now because of the COVID. Okay, so it's not another question. Okay, it's just because of the pandemic, and uh, yes, you have this possibility really to be all you want. There's so much diversity there. So yes.
I have a question about your project. So you decided to create uh, your own school, and so in homeschooling. So how because you had this idea, but how this idea, but you have the idea, how this process take long? Was during the year you were working in French American, so you were thinking, so now I don't know, need to found the house, I need to, how I would like to know how this creative process worked in your mind, because we have a lot
Actually,
idea, but yeah.
yeah, the thing is, I just check out what do I need to do that. Okay, so I went to the licensing department, check out what kind of uh, degree or different how do you say what requirement
Yeah,
you need to do that. And actually it's not so much. I mean, you need a house for sure, you need a place.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so, and you need the first aid, CPR, all the safety
Hmm.
training. uh, but I should have that before, because I was working with the kid, but it's not a big deal.
No, no,
So I
no,
just
it's
check
not.
out everything and I say, okay, this I can do it. Okay, this is what, 3 days of training. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I was doing the ECE, early childhood education, when I was at the French American. I don't know what, just to educate myself and to so I started that before, and and I was living in a small apartment, and I was just okay. So maybe this is a good step to find a nice house. So just I just look for the house, and that's it. I mean, I just take all the requirements, say, is it possible to do it? Is it possible to do this? Is it possible to do this? And finally, to me, it was something possible to do. Um, and I got the support of my wife, who is not anymore, but she was at the time. And yeah, let's do it. Of course, for this kind of preschool, you need the support of the people you are living with, because you are putting the school inside your house, in your living room. So it impacts use the configuration of your place. It impacts a lot of things. So it's better that every member of the family is okay.
I understand. Yeah, of course.
Did I understand you? Did I answer your question?
Yeah. You answer. No, because I was thinking, when you say the place, I remember when I was working in French, like if someone want to create a school, the big deal was to find the place, because in French there are such a lot regulation about it. So it was, but I don't know if you create it at home, if it's the same. So
you got the regulation. No, sorry, you got some regulation. I mean, you have to find a good house. I don't say it is easy, but if you know what you are looking for, you just look for the house. For example, after a year, I was with some friends who are doing the same things as me there. We all were looking to do something together, maybe like not a house, but a building, to create like a traditional school. I mean, when I say traditional, a school, not a home school, okay? And we didn't find, because it exists, but it was super expensive. We didn't find what one big requirement for me, and it's not an obligation to have a license to do that, is outside. I want to have an outdoor. I want a backyard. It's not an obligation to have that. It's not, because you can go. It's not an obligation to go outside with the kids. It's not.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can do it in your apartment.
Oh, wow.
I didn't remember all the requirements, but the outside it's not. So it is for the school outside. I think it is. Yes. Outside the house, but for a house, it's a house, but it could have been an apartment. I mean, this is my choice, to have the place, to have a backyard, and to be not too far a playground. So for me, I got different requirements, because I don't figure myself inside with six kids.
No,
without an outside to just open the door and like, go outside, guys. And it was not my idea, but you can do it. There is some in San Francisco. It exists. I have seen some, because I was looking, when I arrived, I was looking for a place for my son. So I visited a lot of different daycare and preschool, and I've seen a lot, different things.
Yeah.
So and after this is really your own choice,
Okay, understand. And your own school is always a bilingual school, international school, like French, English.
French, English, and I got two teachers now are fluent in Spanish, so we could
Ah,
even
you start a
do
little.
Spanish. I mean, maybe they do, it's, well, yes. We got a lot of Asian people who are coming to see us. We got
Okay.
Indian people. We got, I mean, for the families I'm talking.
Yeah. It's
So,
international
and we are
approach.
very open, for them to bring them their culture, and teach them some words. It's always fun.
So the particularity of your school is well, bilingual school, French, English is homeschooling, and I think there is also this connection with the nature because in the beginning when you were talking about New Zealand, what I understood, you really want to bring this knowledge and this very good experience in New Zealand in California, in San Francisco.
Yeah. I to me, I think it is better to explain to the kids uh, how how can I say that? It's better to explain to the kids that things can be dangerous and they can hurt themselves if they are if they are walking on a tree, or try to climb on a tree, because we are going a lot outside into the forest around everything. Um, it's better to help them to do it instead of saying, "Oh, no, don't do it. You're gonna fall if you do." Okay? No, why are you going? You can fall, of course, but you can succeed. So I'm gonna help you, and watch out where you put your feet, and watch out where you put your hands, and don't take this little branch because it can't support your weight. So choose a big one and test it. And I've got a scientific background. I study science and everything, and I went to the university and I studied that. So to me, yes, it's more to push the kid to, you can do it, but don't be afraid about this tree. You can handle it. Don't be afraid about the spider. Okay, why spider are important? Okay, what are they doing? Why they what do they eat? What do all that stuff? So each thing you can explain. Um, I mean, a lot, like roly poly. We got a lot everywhere. Roly poly. The coyote into the forest. There is coyote. Okay, why? I mean, why being afraid about the coyote? Okay, don't go to bother the coyote. He's not gonna bite you. Okay, and so instead of saying, "Oh no, don't do that. We are gonna put plastic everywhere, and we are gonna protect you, and you are not gonna be hurt," we say, "Okay, you are gonna be dirty at the end of the day, but this is also your job to learn about that. Don't be afraid about." We got a lot of kids coming because I mean, I've seen a lot, and we got a little girl who's starting with us, and she said, spider, okay. You're gonna learn. It's gonna be fine. You are fine.
But I can understand. It's like, when we protect a lot, like this, this, but it's like, but it's not for you.
And this and to me, all of this is connected to the problem we face now. Also, it's also a way to fight the problem with the climate change that we have to face now. Because if we are afraid about nature, wildlife, if we don't understand the importance of a tree or a tiny little animal, or the big one, whatever, it's we are going to be afraid of, we are going, we want to control it.
Mhm.
We and this is a big part of our problem. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, to me, we
Yeah.
just want to own and to uh, um, control and to be the goddess of the world. And but wait, okay, we are living with other species, living species, and we need them. That's it.
Yeah.
So to me, this is really uh, with education that
Yeah.
we are going to succeed, because those little kids who are 3, 5, 6 are going to have 20, 30
Oh yeah, they
in
are
very
the
soon. And this is those guys who are going to face a big problem. So, yeah.
yeah. I agree with you. This is of course, yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
I you say that you create two homeschooling. Do you uh, do you want to create more in San Francisco, in other part of the world? Because now you are in French, from because you by the pandemic it's little bit difficult to travel. Well, we can, but it's difficult. Not the border are open everywhere. So
Yeah.
how what is your next step? Do you have already in mind? Or?
So, yeah, before the pandemic, I mean, before, uh, um, when was it? Like March, okay, um, 2020. We were on a way. I mean, we were on a way to create a third um, little homeschool.
Mhm.
So me, I, I'm working with teacher, and we because I was on my personal life, I needed to be in US and be in France too, so to share my life. So I started to hire people to work with me, and this way it was not the plan, honestly, but this way we opened two structures, so
Yeah,
two
come.
home-based school.
Yeah.
Because I got two teachers at that time, and after three, and and it was working very well. Everybody was very happy. We got tons of families. So we were on a way to hire a new teacher, French, and we were
Wow.
super close to open a third
Wow.
location. It was planned for the summer, and in March, bing, we got the lockdown,
Mhm.
everything. So we closed for a few weeks, 3 weeks, just to figure out how we are going to manage that. We
Mhm.
reopened, and uh, we got some family who left because they left the city, actually. And um, and I'm lost in my in my answer. Sorry. So yes. So what I would like to say is um, we stay a small structure
Okay.
with 6 kids. 6 kids means it can be like 7 or 8 families, because
Mhm.
some we are doing part time, like 3 days or
Yeah.
2 days. So
Yeah.
so
Of course.
it can be even 9, 10 families. So okay,
Okay.
a small place. And what we understood at that time is what we were lucky to be small places, because we could really have a close contact with the families, and
Mhm.
we could told ourselves, okay, we are going to manage this lockdown COVID situation
Mhm.
all together. And us, as a little place, a little school, it's going to be like your your living room. Okay, you have to take
Mm.
care of your living room, and we are part of, and you and you and you and everybody is gonna be responsible, and we are gonna be okay, and we were okay. And so like little pod, okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And uh, and right now, the thing is, the pandemic changed a lot of things, a lot in the way of the travel situation, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
So the French teacher was on a way to hire, was stuck in France. She couldn't, in France, she couldn't move to US
Mm-hmm.
anymore. So we have to restructure, I mean, everything. My teacher on one location had to go to France to see his family and to have some medical things. I mean, it
Mm.
was really,
Yeah.
really complex because of these travel things. Even if we got a business there, if we, I mean, I'm I'm the owner of the business.
Yeah.
I'm working for the business, but I can't be today in San
Wow.
Francisco to work, even if I've got a visa to, this is
Yeah, 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 it's
just
crazy.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so today, what I would like to do, what I'm working for, is to develop a kind of franchise,
Yeah.
like to help people who want to open their own family daycare,
Mm-hmm.
who don't really know how to do it, who
Mm.
don't have the money, for example,
Yeah.
to start. Because I was lucky, I got some money to start. You can't start with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pay the rent of the house, and
Yeah.
if you are in San Francisco, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind
Yeah.
of
People they cannot understand if what is San Francisco when I always explain it was very expensive, everything.
yeah. It was more expensive than New York. I don't know if
Yeah.
this is the case right now, but so you can't say, oh, okay, I have to find a house, no problem. I don't have a lot of money on my account. No, you need a background. You need
Yeah.
to have someone who secure you. You need to. So yeah. So my idea is so now I founded Les Kidz 6 years ago. So I got the experience with the families. I got the experience, which is a big part of it, dealing with the families,
Mm.
dealing with the concern of everybody, the fears, everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are taking care of their kids. This is the most important thing in their life. So you need to have a good dialogue together. If
Yeah. Of
not,
course.
and yeah, and I'm not doing that to please everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I doing a kind of curriculum with nature, with all we talked together
Mm-hmm.
before, and and it doesn't work for everybody, so you
Yeah.
have
Yeah. Of
to
course. Yeah.
to kind of, yeah. um and so when you are doing a tour and you are doing a visit, if it's going to work with this
Mm-hmm.
kind of person or not. And it's better not to start if you feel it's not going
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
in a good way. And so this is a lot. So now I'm doing a lot of email, a lot of chat with families and everything, because there's always something happen,
Mm-hmm.
with kids. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have to know to do that. Yeah. So I've got a team in San Francisco, of course. We are two in France also to do like the backstage work.
Ah, okay. You have another person in French with.
The teacher who was my teacher in San Francisco for 2 years, and who
Mhm.
had to go back in France for his family things,
Mhm.
couldn't go back there.
Yeah.
So we are still working together,
Oh, nice.
and he's still doing. I mean, we have developed, I think, a good we are a good, how can I say that, way to work with two person here, two people here, two people there who are taking care of the kids, and we are so a team of four, and sometimes we got substitute and intern. And
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
summer we got some intern coming from the Lycée Français who
Okay.
wants to know the job. So it was nice, and and yeah, we support each other.
Each other, yeah, it's great.
We are talking a lot. If someone got like a doubt, we we solve. So I mean,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
answer
yeah.
the question, and so in a way to develop the business and develop. My idea is not to become a big company and to win a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't understand this kind of thinking, thought. But my idea is to develop little place for kids, um, to reconnect them with nature.
Mm-hmm.
If we can teach another language, we are very happy.
Okay, yeah.
It's always a plus to develop the brand
Mm-hmm.
and to discover other cultures. So, uh, in my franchise development, I it's not only French American. It can be Spanish. It
Yeah, it
can
can be
be
other languages. Yeah,
Chinese.
yeah,
It
yeah,
can be whoever they want. It can be American.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't care. The most important is to meet the right person
yeah,
who wants to develop that, who is very comfortable with the kids, who is really who understands the importance of the wilderness outside,
yeah. Uh-huh.
and who is really open to diversity.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
this is the most important. After is they speak like alien crazy language. I don't care. And we got, so I can now support the launch of uh, a new business like that.
mm-hmm.
I can be the backup. I mean, I'm talking about money now.
Yeah,
So it's a support in everywhere. You got the team on your back. You got the paperwork, you got the invoice system, you got the website. I mean, all that technical stuff,
mm-hmm.
which is important, but this is not the most important. The most important is the human people you have on the back,
Yeah, 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 right.
because you can talk. I'm talking everybody every day to my
Mm-hmm.
teacher, and we share some concern and we share some ideas. I'm very, very happy to meet people who want to do something, create something. Who have, you know, today we are talking about a chicken crop. You say that croup? How do you say the chicken? Uh,
It's the chicken crop.
Où tu mets les poulets là, où tu mets les poules, d'avoir des poules. Tu sais,
Ah,
un
yeah.
truc.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, why you because you won't create that at the school or?
Yes, but yeah, I mean, it's we study this for a long time, and it's very complex, and I mean, you can't do everything. I don't think. I mean, if someone wants to open with us a little school for kids in their farm,
Yeah, this is great.
please work.
Oh,
We
wow.
should work together, because I would be happy
Oh, it's amazing.
to do
You know,
that.
I'm
And
it's amazing. Sorry, but now I'm in the countryside of Parma. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. There are such a lot, rustic house and the farm. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, it will be great to have a place there and to create something because it's so beautiful. You have also in the back, you can see the little mountain because the Toscana it just closed. So wow, so beautiful.
yeah, as you said, teaching them to be amazing by amazed. by a beautiful landscape or whatever, this is also a teaching. I mean, this is also something you learn. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people, they don't even notice, they don't even care. They are very happy in their building, their city, in the middle of downtown, and they just, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a
Yeah,
part of
because yeah, you
the
know, it's a part of, because also people around here, they maybe because they live here, they don't, but when I say it is so beautiful here, because me, I come from to the sea. I prefer the sea, the ocean, but one person today told me, oh, but it's not Portofino or something. Say, yeah, but this is our two different landscape. This is a sea ocean part. It's different, but countryside like this, it's beautiful too. It's so peaceful. I'm very grateful to be here before travel again. So it's so beautiful.
But as you say, your background, your childhood is really a huge thing in your in how you feel things when you are adult. You were talking about sea, the ocean, which is for you, you are like you are feeling comfortable, your own place. To me, I grew up in the mountain, and when I am in the mountain, wherever it is, I feel safe. I mean, to me, the mountain is meaning safe because it's my home. I'm not. I love the ocean. I'm very happy when I see the ocean. But it's kind of a lot of work to me to feel safe in the ocean. I don't actually. I can't be on a boat. I mean, I can be on a boat and in the middle of the ocean if I'm with someone that I trust. But naturally, it's not my feeling. It's okay. I don't know this element.
Yeah.
And this is because of your childhood. So it's this is very important to um, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. But thank you so much, Lise. Do you? Because we can stay hours to talk about all the projects. But I would like it to, if you can share for make hand of this interview, and probably if we can do with other topics, go more in detail. But can you maybe? I would like you share with the audience the something for you is very important, when you have an idea, like you say, your franchise. If someone have an idea, he want to create something, there is a diversity, want be in contact with the nature. So I like always to people I interview, they have some the end sentence or word, something it's inspired people, because I really like it this way, share the creativity of in each person, and if you have an idea, go, not be worried, and take a time to step by step to develop your project.
Yeah. So maybe I'm gonna share two different.
Yeah, go.
I will go very quick. Sorry.
No, go.
Regarding my project and the franchise idea, okay, I'm working right now. I thought about it for 2 years, so it got the time to mature, and I'm working right now on the website. I'm gonna launch it this summer, the end of this summer, and I'm gonna try, so people who are in US, I'm gonna stay in US to do that, okay, because I know the legislation, I know how the licensing department are working and everything. I don't have now the idea to launch something like that in France because I don't really I didn't get the time to dive into that. Plus, in France, we got, for now, maybe we will see in the future, but we got for now maternelle, so preschool, so
Preschool.
free preschool, and we got kids who can go to school from 3 years old. So it's totally different there. In US, I mean, I know things are going to change with Biden, but for now, there were no really public school before 5 or 6. So
Mhm.
so this is why I decided to do that also, because I don't want to I don't have, I mean, I went to public school when I was kid, and it was fine. So
Mhm.
and so this is it for the franchise. So please contact me. I'm sure I will share the website, no, kids that what is my website again? I'm sure you're gonna share it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
you
yeah.
can.
I will share all the information about you, your
Okay.
company, and the
And
school.
thank you, thank you.
You're
And the second thing I think, which is very important, especially much more right now, but this is something I always thought. This is to be strong and not to be afraid. Uh, uh, um, Ourselves as adults for our kids, we have to um, I mean, we want to protect them, but they have to learn also to
Mhm.
manage stuff, everyday stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, in order to be free, if you are too much afraid about everything, you are not, I mean, to me, you are not free anymore. You just put yourself in a little
Yeah.
nice jail. If
Mhm.
you got a lot of money, a gold jail, but still, I, for example, it started to me with the video camera.
Mhm.
This is something I don't get it. I just don't get it. You know, it's to me, it's not a protection.
Mhm.
It's the opposite. It's putting yourself into kind of idea you are protected, but all the, I mean, it's a nonsense. So uh, stop putting camera everywhere and start to lie to live your
Mhm.
life. I mean, stop to be afraid about the other. Stop to be afraid about you know the guy who sounds weird on the
Mhm.
corner of the street. It is not going to kill your child. Stop doing that.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I think this is something very important. I mean, I always fight about this kind of stuff, alarms,
Mhm.
camera, please. People think I'm crazy to, in some way. We got family who didn't want to come to our place because we didn't have camera to watch
Ah,
out the
okay.
backyard and everything.
Uh-huh.
I was shocked, you
Mhm.
know. So yeah, go outside, meet people, and take care of the spiders.
Yeah. But
I can say that. I don't know if it inspires some people,
no,
but
but yeah, yeah, of course. But thank you so much, Liz. Thank you for to be here and have this amazing conversation. Thank you so
thank
much.
you for having me. Thank you, Olivia. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Bye bye.
Thanks.